What is up, everybody? Welcome back to React Indie. Tonight, episode 6 of Owarimonogatari Season 2. What happened on the last episode? That is a great question. Basically, last episode was our Hachikuji deification episode, which is quite fun. So yeah, we're at the freaking original location of the shrine, right? Which is the playground where Araragi met Hachikuji. And speaking of Hachikuji's there, Gon's there, or Shinobu in the Kiss Shot adult form is there. And Araragi pulled up after being prompted to by Ougi, right? Which is kind of worrying because it's like, Araragi, you really pulled up here and I don't see Ougi anywhere. Where's Ougi at? If like you're here and Ougi told you to come here, like what's going on there, Araragi? You know, I'm a little worried about that. But and yeah, basically Gon's like, yeah, my plan is to make Hachikuji into God. I'm here for it. Let's make it happen. But yeah, basically that's that. Let's go into episode comments. Boom, let me get that up. I did a snap and then the boom came a second after. I wonder which one is gonna be synced up, you know? Because I usually go boom and then it gets synced up, but like I did and then boom, so it's like, what am I gonna do there, man? Good question. Editing me in the future. Good luck. Okay. Anyways. This is absolutely insane, and I need to just say that. The I bit my tongue joke, what is this? Kamimashita can also be translated to I become a god. That, like, what do you mean? What do you mean that can be translated? That's crazy to me. Cause, well, remember, I think this episode I was saying Hachikaji or something, cause I thought Kaji meant god. I think I was thinking is it Kami that means god? Me and my 0.1% Japanese knowledge trying to clutch it out in Monogatari. That's crazy. Anyways, though, that's insane, and I don't even know anything to say on that. It's one of those things that, like, it makes me think that, because way back, the I bit my tongue, that started in Maoi Snail, right? Didn't that start in Maoi Snail back in Bake? That means that this has been freaking premeditated, man. That this entire deification of Hachikuji has been premeditated. That's crazy. You know, because I don't think you accidentally start this gag if you're not wanting them to become a god later. You know what I mean? That's crazy to me. It's amazing. It's amazing. 0 seconds ago, Andy. We got our timeline update. I just like Kill Me shirt's coming up soon. Kill Me shirt's coming up next.
Okay, Araragi shirt is
I think I called it Araragi shirt that time. I'm ready for Kill Me shirt. Pray for it. This here's some cooking that we're gonna get into. First, real quick, let me get a drink up. We got a Dr. Pepper. I think we're going to be doing a Dr. Pepper this time. I'm a little low on it. I've been sipping out of this one, but you can have a sip. Indirect kiss. So get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack. I know this episode's about to be crazy, so we're going to have to be locked in. Also, by the way, while I'm distracted, we're in the plaid fit today. We're plaiding it up. Okay, anyways. All right, let's focus on this. So, I'll just read this first chunk real quick. Like I said 2 episodes ago, him no longer being a literal monster is irrelevant because him becoming a literal monster was not the cause of his issues. It was a catalyst for issues that were already there, and removing his literal monstrousness from the equation was to make him realize that. Hence why he's spiraling now. I agree. The thing with this statement is I agree with pretty much everything after the word irrelevant. I just don't like the word irrelevant because I find it to be very relevant. You know what I mean? It's irrelevant to like the core problems of Araragi, you know what I mean? Because it's like a symptom, you know what I mean? So it's not like that's why what's wrong with him, you know? It's not like that's why he's sick, right? That's just kind of a separate thing that is manifested out of that, right? So him no longer being that, like you even say here, hence why he's spiraling now, and that removing that was for a purpose of making him realize that was even happening. Like, all of this part is why it's relevant that he's no longer a literal monster. So I agree with everything you're saying, I just don't like the word irrelevant. Cause yeah, and like, removing it is causing him to spiral. I think that's like the thing is, I think it's like a necessary spiral at that point, right? Where we remove that, and so he has to admit to himself that there's still problems under the surface, even when he's not a vampire anymore. Which is, like, for example, Ougi, right? Like, he gets his vampirism removed from him. He comes back. Ougi is still walking around. He says at the beginning of this episode, or the last episode we watched, right? The whole, like, I knew from the start who Ougi was, and it's hilarious, or something like that. Which is pretty obvious what he's referring to. Like, let's be real, you know? Like, he's like, yeah, it was me all along, but, like, I don't know, maybe I knew it all along, but, like, I didn't want to talk about it. It's like, Ougi, I know what Araragi, what's the difference? I know what you're saying at this point. We're on each other's wavelength, dog. But yeah, so, like, basically Pog. Anyways, continuing. I lost my train of thought, but I think we all understand what's going on there. This is insane to me again. The whole introduction meta-narrative, which is something that I was very happy to see and was very, very good for me. The whole, like, and these are some good examples of it being used, right? Ougi's identity is hilarious, means exactly the opposite. Levity heals, but not if it's fake. Ooh, because, like, that point of, like, the use of levity is really interesting, right? Because, like, on one hand, you could see it as, because, like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the way that I've been thinking about Araragi, when it comes to the meta-narrative stuff, right? When it comes to, like, the way he's telling it in a joking format, I've been thinking of a, like, he's embarrassed, right? He doesn't want to, like, he doesn't want to show himself that much, so he's kind of disguising it, throwing up some smoke, right? Throwing out some pocket sand to make it so me, the viewer, doesn't get to see into his soul that easy, right? That was kind of my main idea there. But, I mean, shoot, if there isn't a lot of, like, powerful power, I was about to say. Let me restart that sentence. If there isn't a lot of power in a comedy for the point of telling important stories, right? Like comedy, I'm thinking back to, like, comedy versus tragedy type elements, you know? Like a comedy can be really, really good in addressing a really difficult subject, but doing it in a way that people are comfortable enough with through the jokes, through the comedic elements, that then they can actually engage with the media without, like, becoming uncomfortable and not wanting to, right? Like, it's like making medicine taste good, bro. Comedy, I think, can be used to make medicine taste good. So it's like, I'm going to teach you these life lessons. I'm going to address these worrying topics, right? I'm going to do it. Sprinkle my sauce on it. I'm sprinkling. Now it's got a little bit of comedy in it. Down the gullet. Easy clap, right? That is, I think, a really powerful use of comedy. So in that kind of way, this point of levity healing, like maybe it's not even Araragi trying to, like, throw us off or anything like that. It could also be that, like, this is what Araragi has to imagine his story to have been, his story that he tells himself, right? This is what Araragi has to imagine his past to have been like. He has to run it through this levity lens, this comedic lens, in order to, like, engage with it in the best way, right? That's really interesting. You know? And so that's something to really, I think about. And maybe I should rewatch that beginning section. But yeah. This is interesting. With the exception of himself, this part, showing that the return to reality he claimed to crave wasn't what he really wanted. What that reminds me of just Kizu, right? Like the whole, like, let me continue. He has no place in society, which he is obsessing over, especially after he was tempted by the offer to live outside human society. Because that's kind of like, the entire thing with the specialists and all that nonsense. I mean, I'm thinking way back to Kizu with Shinobu when he was happy for a little, or with Kishot, right? When he was happy doing it before she saw him all over Dramaturgy's head or whatever I think it was his skull, right? So I'm thinking back to that event when it kind of comes to this. Yeah. And so where was I going with that? Was he going anywhere with that? Mostly that, like, I definitely see this as, like especially the Araragi has no idea what to do with his life after school. That kind of feels relevant after the Hitagi stuff, where she's the one moving forward and got the car and everything, and he still doesn't, and he's so surprised about that. So, like, I could see that definitely being the case, you know? Which is kind of like dude, it kind of sucks, because it's like, bro was behind, and he was catching up. So now that he's, like, caught up, it's like, bro, just because you're caught up in location doesn't mean you're caught up in the future plans. You know what I mean? Like somebody that I could just imagine somebody cramming their way back up to graduate high school, and while they're like, oh my goodness, I finally finished high school, everybody else is like, okay, where are you going to college? And it's like, bro, I just finished high school, bro. I haven't had the opportunity to even think that far ahead, right? So that makes a lot of sense to me in that way. Araragi's descriptions of how extra everyone in this gathering is, I kind of don't know what you're talking about there a little bit, but I do think this works, especially with, I feel like it worked with something in this next part. But yeah, I do definitely feel this kind of vibe, right? Well, he claimed to crave wasn't what he really wanted. Yeah. It is crazy, because it's not like he even chose to have his vampirism removed, you know? But I don't know. There's something we can think with there. Obviously, what happens in the shrine. This I thought was crazy, by the way. So this next part, the idea, like, this is a very direct interpretation of the shrine to Araragi, right? Which I'm kind of here for. Kind of the idea that Kishot comes in. This is how I kind of read this, right? Kishot destroyed his former values, but ultimately ended up being a benefit, connecting two beings that didn't quite fit and causing a distortion. That being Kishot landing, destroying the shrine, and then causing the distortion with the shrine moving, and then the snakes made the distortion happen, right? Like the way that it went from lake snake to mountain snake, something like that. And then now we're using the deification of Hachikuji, right? And this is something I want to actually take a pause and focus on, like this line here. Only the deification of the child, parenthesis, levity in the context of adult life, and parenthesis, right? That idea of connecting the deification of Hachikuji to like levity, I think like, because there's been a few people that don't like the Hachikuji child connection. I get that, you know, I hear what's being said. But I think you can sidestep the child when it comes to this. Dodge the child, bro. Because deifying Hachikuji, I think, can still maybe be like an idea of deifying like how you use levity. Because Hachikuji's always been the most levity-filled character, the one that we're always joking around with the most, you know? Like with how, whenever Hachikuji's on stream, I feel like on screen, that's when most of the gimmicks come out, right? The I bit my tongue thing, the freaking like, freaking throwing her around all the time. Like, I don't think there's another character that is that consistently like being played with, you know? Like in that playful manner, right? So even if we don't even, like, I like the child thing, but if you don't like the child thing, I think you can still dodge it and think of it maybe like a make levity, right? Lightness, the god of your shrine, so to say, and that's how you'll be able to like grow up effectively, you know? I like that a lot, because that's like how I kind of am. That's how I've been, right? Like, as I said, I'm literally Araragi, right? Literally, early life, I'm freaking chilling, whatever, right? I'm having a good time. I'm a kid. I'm just doing kid things, man. Then teenage years, I don't like life. Life is cringe. Life sucks, right? You hear that whistle action? I learned how to whistle. Down to Goblin Town. Not a good time for the teenage years, right? And so coming out of teenage years, trying to like grow up and get past all that business, you know, has, in a lot of ways, I've thought back to like, when's the last time I was happy? When's the last time like things felt like they worked? And I jumped out, it wasn't the teenage years, so I jumped back all the way to the child years, where things were made sense, and I was just living life and having a good time. I was laughing and loving and living. You know what I'm talking about? And so in that way, when I kind of noticed that, I was like, oh, I want to live a life that like the little man would have been proud of, little me way back. I want to live a life that he would have lived, you know? And that's one that has a lot more levity, a lot more cheer. That's why I'm constantly trying to like prop myself up, prop other people up, and just like go up, you know? That's the whole winnable mindset. It's just like, let's have a good time, man. Let's have fun, man. Let's make moves, man. I want moves. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of thing that like, that part of my like mindset and my philosophy is very much based in like, so to speak, deifying the child, you know? At least those parts of the child. And I've talked about those parts of the child, pause. But like, and I've talked about like how much I enjoy the child. I almost just said children. How much I enjoy the child. That sounds so bad. How much I enjoy the concept of the child before, but right, like that. And so for the deification to happen is so perfect. This is what, it's crazy, bro. My life was foreshadowing for how this narrative would unfold. Literally, my lived existence is foreshadowing for Monogatari. Think about that. That's so cool. Because that's like, I don't know, man. I love it. And then, yeah, like that being made in comparison to Shinobu, being made in comparison to Nadeko, such and such. The folklore Gon uses to make these things plausible in Araragi's mind doesn't matter nearly as much as the connections in his head that she's been forcing. Yeah, and I like that too. That's one of my big question marks though about this show is like what is so important about Araragi, you know? Because like who we're deifying, right? The person that ascends onto the throne and becomes the god, it's not the god part that's important. It's like what it means to Araragi and also what it means to whoever becomes god. But like them becoming god doesn't even like, you know, because I feel like in another story it would be like we're trying to decide who the next god's gonna be. Like that sounds like an entire plot hook. But I feel like that's not even really the point, you know? So I kind of feel that. And then this part, no, I don't believe Araragi when he was acting surprised. The way I see it very specifically as the same are very similar to when Hanakawa and Ougi were pressing into Araragi at outside Sodachi's place, right? Where they gave him the like 50 clues or whatever, the 50 hints towards like what had happened with Sodachi's mom, where he knows, it has to become so obvious to him that he can't deny that he knows anymore. He's a smart guy, right? And if Ougi knows, that means he knows, right? So the whole him pogging at the Ougi revelation, it's less of a oh my goodness, he didn't understand, and more of a like finally he's admitting it, right? That's more so what I mean. I don't think I said otherwise. That actually got me like feeling gaslit a tiny bit, because I was like, what was I? Was I saying something else? If I was, I changed my mind. This entire part. So the crazy thing is the cherry metaphor, the cherry visual metaphor that was made with Araragi and Ougi, right? I literally scrolled through the last episode. I could not find that hoe. So either my pop player was skipping over the like 2 frames it was on screen, or I'm crazy and it was in another episode. I don't remember, right? But I do remember that being a thing and me thinking like, oh, Araragi and Ougi are 2 cherries that are attached at the stem because they're connected in that way, right? So just saying, I could not find that and I looked for it. This first part is interesting to me. The idea that Hachikuji, right here, Araragi created Hachikuji. And she was never the ghost of a real person because such a thing doesn't exist. All oddities spawn from human minds. She's an invention of Araragi, manifestation of his inner child and innocent self-indulgence, such and such. The thing with that is like, so I would need to hear the audio commentary because I don't know on like that's one of the sources cited and I haven't heard that, right? The thing for me is like, and Twisty Tsuki, he really states a lot of this really well, right? So I'm kind of pulling from that here. I just love the name Twisty Tsukihi, by the way. Every time is so fun to me. But the kind of, well, let me first say the points for why Hachikuji is a manifestation in this way. Some of the Oshino drawing attention to her name and confirming with Araragi whether he's familiar with the myths, right? So maybe in the way that Oshino was talking to Araragi, we can kind of glean that. And then the audio commentary apparently was pretty explicit with that. I'm not 100% sure. The reasons I'm not 100% sure, I guess I would just, if it was confirmed in the audio commentary, then does Nisio Isin write those? Did he write that? I don't remember. I think he does, but I don't remember for the audio commentaries, because in that way, like, obviously I would want him to be the one writing it if it's gonna be like a revelation in that way. So I assume yes, but I don't quite, I'm not 100% on that. I'm like 90% on a yes on that. And then this is some good stuff about like how like there wasn't really that much necessary like big foreshadowing for that, and it's a little strange for them to like are a little out of how they normally do things for the where'd you say that here? The reveal where like mostly every other arc has the true nature of the situation revealed sooner or later. Even in My Way Snail, they went to great lengths to make a big reveal about Hachikuji being a lost cow that can only be seen by those who are also feeling lost, right? Like, so it does kind of put that into question a little bit. And then this is a great point about Numachi, where blah blah, she was never the ghost of a real person because such a thing doesn't exist. All oddities spawn from human minds. The thing with like Numachi is like, you could, because when it comes to Numachi, right, she is shown as a ghost of a real person, you know. This point of, if Numachi was created by someone and I missed it, then I'll take the L. The thing for me is like, I don't think she was created by Kombaru, right? Because like, I think the reason, unless, I mean, maybe I would have to rewatch Hana. Like I feel like it is so in character for Araragi to potentially create something. Maybe you could say subconsciously or consciously, and then like not really take credit for that creation. Like that makes a lot of sense for Araragi. But I wouldn't necessarily think that of Konbaru off the top, you know? And what gives Numachi so much weight, and then also like we know Numachi actually existed as a real person because Karen, who's not connected to the oddity world, made the point of her suicide, right? So when it comes to Numachi, if you're trying to say that you can't have a ghost of a real person, then you would have to accept that Numachi died, right? She took her own life, and then her as an oddity was a separate creation, not attached to who she was as a person, that like Kombaru created or something like that, right? But that doesn't seem, I think it makes more sense that Namachi's is a person. That doesn't necessarily mean that Hachikuji can't be like a manifestation from Araragi. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting idea. I honestly just got to hear the audio commentary to see what the heck's going on there. But and the thing is, even if Araragi's not a direct, like, even if Hachikuji isn't a creation of Araragi, you can't deny that Hachikuji's attached to Araragi, because that was like the entire point of the lost cow thing in the snail, right? That they were connected to each other, you know? That Hachikuji was his oddity in a way that, like, the Hitagi crab was Senjo's oddity. That's kind of how I was taking it, you know? So how necessary this interpretation is, I'm not 100% sure. I don't even think it might be true though. I don't even know. Like it has enough that to prompt further investigation. That'd be my take there. Continuation of the idea that only after you've let go and grew up can your inner child be reintegrated. Yeah, I'm kind of down with that. I'm a hope for the reintegration of the inner child type business, right? Rather than enshrining the other options, right? The playfulness of the inner child that is required to endure the hardships of adult life, or like I was saying earlier, just the playfulness that is required to endure the hardships of adult life. If you don't want to make it about like the inner child or attach it to that kind of thing, I think you can even do a little hop and skip over this if you want. I'm not gonna personally, but I'm just throwing it out there. But yeah. I think that's, and then kind of the why it's important to view Kabuki in that interpretation kind of deal. I thought this point is interesting though. Dimension separate Araragi from his environment, but ends up a manifestation of Araragi and Shinobu's subconscious. Their fears regarding the natures made real through the connection they share, the darkness. The connection they share, the darkness, is pretty gas as well, right? Like, especially in this current context where we're like, Ougi, the darkness, they're separate but similar. What does that even mean? Kind of remembering the connection to Shinobu with the darkness, I think, is important. But yeah, so pog there. Interesting stuff. Telescope is what Araragi gifted Senjo, but he doesn't have it. Okay, heard. At least I remembered there was a telescope. I take that as a winner. Remember Anise when Senjo was like, you're not going to make it, and this telescope you gave me is going to be the foreshadowing? I'm going to be real, no, not at all, not in the slightest, but I'm going to just take it. I'm just going to accept that this happened. Do not remember that. Whoops. Alzheimer's? Yeah. Cool. Okay, so that was just a little thing on the thing I said. I don't really have much to say. Cooking emojis. Real. Let me just remember what was going on in here. How fate is written into this story, how it relates to a ton of shrines is kind of cooking. How this connects to the wordplay relating the shrine. You're saying, like, I may reserve that to the Discord so I can justly break it all down. I'm down for that. Because, like, a lot of the wordplay stuff obviously is really hard for me to respond to because I don't know the language, right? As we've talked about many times. I don't need to repeat that. But yeah. The Hachikuji's progression into God is sick, and I totally agree with it. The crazy thing is, from right here from Ziamat's comment, you called the Hachikuji being a god idea ages ago. Like, I'm not even kidding. You called it back in Mono's second season or something. The thing is, like, I don't remember exactly what I said, but, like, it makes so much sense. I've been saying the divine child kind of nonsense for freaking forever. That, like, that my favorite quote from Heraclitus, the kingdom belongs to the child, Hachikuji, like, that literally, the kingdom is the city, bro, and the shrine is the throne. Like, I'm so here for that. Like, that tracks so well for me. So, like, yeah, I'm a hoe for that. I dropped something. Let me grab that. But yeah, in that way, like, the natural progression makes a lot of sense, especially with the stuff like the wordplay with her name, or with the I bit my tongue thing being there. It just cooks. It just works, man. It just works. It slides into place like a puzzle piece, bro. But yeah. And then just this kind of, like, awe of the story is real, which is so real. The very natural flow of thought of writing, and can still shock me, pushes you into the deep end. How much is intentional or such amazing agula? I don't even know what this word, agula natave. What does that mean? But yeah, it's freaking cooking. Endless ingredients you'd love to see. It's like endless ingredients, and we can mix and match them in so many different ways. So many interpretations can be born out of this, man. But it just works. I love it. I love it. I don't know what a Huey, Dewey, and Louie is. Are those the chipmunks? No way you're referring to the three little what is the name of that? The Amazing Chipmunks? Wait. Alvin and the Chipmunks. No, wait, one of them's name is Alvin. Okay, so it's not Huey, Dewey, and Louie, because it would be Alvin, Dewey, and Louie. Who is Huey, Dewey, and Louie? I don't know, man. Jacob Pinacho, you got me on that one. This is real. Big Shinobu. Huge Shinobu. Real. One of my favorite OPs. I'm excited to look at the OP again. This is some cooking for the OP here. Araragi doesn't have an OP yet. There is still hope. Maybe. The thing though with Araragi OP potentiality, is hasn't every other OP been by a... Oh no, Kaiki, I guess. Kaiki sang in one of the OPs. Never mind. I was about to say it's been a girls OP type business, but no. Kaiki sang in the Senjo one, where it was like the past reflection one. Yeah. So I suppose not. And then I guess you could also say Ougi, because like the thing with Ougi, kind of with here, this is cool. During the OP sung by Ougi, you have the line Kimi no Mono, Boko no Mono, Sori wa Watashi no Mono, translated roughly to your male things, my male things. Those are all my neutral things. Which is basically Ougi saying I'm not a girl, by the way. The thing with that is like Owarimonogatari, we already kind of know that. You know what I'm saying? Or like that's another step in that. I say we already kind of know that. That's kind of wrong phrasing, but that point of like, yeah. So like it's Ougi and then connecting the Ougi Araragi thing. The thing with this, even more cementing the thought that Ougi is Araragi, because this is kind of saying like maybe be careful of that, like maybe you shouldn't say that kind of thing. The thing with this though, bro, I've been there. Like is a like there's something, you know what I mean? And I'm pretty locked in on this kind of deal at this point, and I've been pretty locked in on this deal at this point. The whole like Ougi's an oddity. It's like no dip. I'm well aware, and it's Araragi's oddity, okay? In this, like, you know what I mean? In the same way that Tsubasa Tiger is Hanakawa's oddity, that's what Ougi is. It's always has been, man. Always has been. The very direct, like, how it's cemented, what that exactly means, the connection to the darkness, those are all the important bits. The fact of the matter of whether Araragi and Ougi have that oddity relationship, it just is, right? I mean, I could cite so many pieces of evidence at this point, right? Ougi Oshino, the connection to Oshino, the connection, how that corresponds to Oshino leaving, so Araragi's filling the void with an Oshino type character, you know? The freaking Ougi knowing things that only Araragi should know, so Ougi gets to work with that information because Ougi's connected in that kind of way. Ougi's relation to Araragi when it comes to justice, right? How, you know, Araragi constantly talking and thinking about Ougi, Ougi getting into his dreams and then him forgetting those dreams. Like, it's not like he would do that for like Shinobu or like anyone freaking else, right? He's not gonna dream of like Hanakawa and then forget it, right? We very know well there's some connection there that's in the oddity nature, right? The question of when we say that's, you know, that's perhaps an interest, like, I don't know, you know, in the same way that Tsubasa Tiger is Hanakawa, right? But it seems a little deeper with Ougi because Ougi seems to be more of a free-thinking agent than compared to other characters, right? Or other, like Tsubasa Tiger or whatever, right? Like more human, I suppose. More human, I suppose, right? But yeah, I'm pretty locked on that, right? Like, I would be amazed if it went another way, you know? I'd be bombastical. But yeah, this is really sick read of the OP. We're gonna look at the OP in a minute here. Ougi's picking up the street lights and then molding them into a bike that she then rides, you know, as if Araragi / Ougi are riding on all the futures they've had to discard, moving forward with the shining light of everything that could have been. That is actually so cooking, you know, and connecting it to like all the paths, right? Because we've seen how Araragi, like, how much the idea that going on one path cuts you off from another, how that, I mean, all the path talk was like Koyomi Monogatari 101. That was that through line for that entire, like, arc thing there, you know? And then the shot of in Maoi Hell, where it's all the different pathways or whatever. So, to see the streetlights being used in this way, that then it's being molded, because we've seen the streetlights this entire time as such an important, like, visual metaphor or whatever, for that to be molded into an instrument for movement, but even more specifically, an instrument for movement forward that is like, because I associate the bike with being youthful in a way that needs to be like moved past, right? The bike is young in the same way that the car is adulthood, you know? The bike is adolescent in the same way that the car is adulthood, right? So for Ougi to make a light bike out of all the lights, that have like been that couldn't be that, or everything that could have been, and then writing forward on that being ran through a bike which is adolescent makes a lot of sense. Even Araragi says Ougi was my adolescence, or like a symbol of my adolescence or something, right? It's cooking. I love that interpretation. It's cooking. I also feel like it very could, yeah, right here. This is what you just said. Helping Shinobu, catching Shinzugahara, etc. Those regrets. It's like that's what I'm moving forward on. I'm moving forward on all the different paths I could have taken. Right. That's kind of what the agent is there, which is really interesting. You know. Yeah. That's what Ougi's riding on, at least, right? That's Ougi's fuel for motion forward. Yeah. And then unknown by everyone else, known only by you. Yeah, that is a fun play on that. Read that. Pink Cubed fell. He is defending Monogatari fan service. Pink Cubed fell off. Pink Cubed fell off. The fan service has a purpose. Surely. Tell this to Nisei Monogatari. Listen. The toothbrush scene. Okay. There's your clip. That's all you're getting. I'm not continuing that. That's your clip, okay? I'm giving you one free clip of the day, okay? Clip of the day. Anyways, look at this beautiful shot of Hachikuji. Bro. I got a Hershey's right here. Okay. Hachikuji. I'm not even gonna look at you yet, because we're gonna look at the OP. Okay, ready? Let's go. Just go in here. 3, 2, a bang. Okay. It is hilarious, isn't it, Araraki? Okay, so we're like 149 on this. We're about to watch the OP. I'm going to be doing a little bit of pausing. We're going to do a little bit of read into this. Okay, Araragi. Ougi's in the hand mirror. In a mirror. Ougi's in a mirror, bro. I've always been kind of curious on if we could like do something with that, right? With the vampire doesn't appear in the mirror, but Ougi does. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's something there, but I couldn't quite connect it. I tried to connect that earlier in another arc. I think Suki. I think I tried to connect it in the Suki Monogatari, but it didn't quite work with because I was trying to connect it to like when Araragi could see himself in the mirror, then that adjusted like how Ougi was acting or something. But you know, I think there's something there. I don't know how to cook with it. Truth is, I either know it all from the start. It's scary though, bro. She's moving through the mirrors like that. Or I figured out once it's all over. She's scary, bro. That's a clean transition with the light. This part's a bopper though. This part, the Kimi no Koto, yeah. All about you, all about me, it's all about me. Like, man, it's all about me. That feel kind of narcissistic. Ouch. Ougi, you can be more careful, man. I don't want you hurting your head. Look at this. Crunch, like spine damage. Bro, you can't even lose your legs anymore. Paralyzed. Yeah, that's it. So, Kimino Boko. Yeah, I'm seeing what you're saying there from the comment. All your things, all my things. They're all my things. Power the lights on. Power the lights on. Ooh, go to record scratch. Did you hear that? They're like... Why is there a heart wave monitor? That's kind of an interesting thing to have there. In order to get something, you have to give up something else. Talking about them pathways, right? Talking about, like, I can pick one path, but that necessitates me cutting off the other. Then one more. Then another one. Oh, and it keeps coming. And it keeps coming. And then, yeah, these are all the different paths, right? Kind of going off what Twisty Tsukihi said. These are like the different paths that are being like shunted away. Like these are the ifs. Beyond the many ifs, these are the ifs. All the other futures. But those ifs are being turned into a vessel, turned and powered by Ougi to freaking zoom. I'll gather one of each and keep chasing you. So yeah, this is Ougi's fuel, right? Which is based in adolescence, based by on the bike, right? But it's that fuel for, that's how Ougi chases Araragi, is all those different paths, you know? Which is a very, like, I don't know. That works so well. Because that's how, you know, it just works. Anyways, hey, all about you, all about me, it's all about me. I love that interpretation. I think that works so well. Ougi flying off into the sunset, bro. Wow, and then the world, like, lights up. And then Ougi lands in, what is this, a sewer? Or just a, Ougi, where are we? Unknown by everyone else, known only by you. Like, I want to say, you know what I want to say? This is Ougi, this here is Araragi. In the same way that Ougi is Araragi's shadow, Ogi's shadow is also Araragi. Ogi's shadow is to Araragi what Araragi's shadow is to Ougi, right? Same thing. So this is, you know what I'm saying? Because I love this, like, Ougi has, like, a separate side thing. Like, that's a really interesting thing to throw in this OP. And then even this, like, our story, right? If we're seeing this as being said to Araragi, our story, like, very, like, intimately connects them. My goodness, you look so scary. About the you that you don't know? I'm your shadow self? Like, bro, I'm your shadow self. I'm the devil in the mirror. I'm talking about the man in the mirror. Ow! That's Ougi. Ougi is Michael Jackson. There's the cherries. Okay. I told you I was looking for the cherries, bro. There the cherries are. They're light cherries. Oh. Then, yeah, why are the cherries on Hachikuji's dress like that? That's kind of interesting. It is an interesting question. Anyways. Cooking. This intro part is, I think, the most important, like, I think this is top 5 most important parts of the entire show. This intro part. I think I said this last time. Top 5. Because this is literally laying out the what I've completely come to agree with as we've looked at this show. Though it's such an interesting distinction, though. Is it for the audience, or is it for you, Araragi, or is it for both? Because I totally get it as a best way to communicate way, right? Communicating through levity is very OP. Look, Ougi's not even there. And then right here, I'm sure I knew from the very beginning Ougi's precise identity. I'm sure you did. It is hilarious, bro. And that's why, like, he says this. Yeah, like, he 100% knows that Ougi is his oddity, right? In some way. This entire time. He's a smart guy, right? And literally, I feel like he was even praised for being a pretty smart cookie and okay sometimes, right? Like, you know, I think he's got a good head on his shoulders. But yeah, you know, one random thing that I thought about is Hachikuji as God seems super pivotal and freaking Gon at the end of Mayoi Hell. Where is it? Is it here? She was like, "Oh, Hachikuji, that's a nice pickup, a nice pawn for my board." She was like so like chill with it. Slight advantage, she says. Bro, I feel like putting Hachikuji on the divine throne isn't a slight advantage. I feel like that's kind of like really important. So you know my idea for why she might have said it like this? Maybe it's like the thought that like she knows the connection between Araragi and Ougi, right? I think that's part of why she kind of leaves Araragi in the dark and kind of speaks to him very specifically, I would say, right? So like maybe she's just saying we'll have a slight advantage in order to try to like water down Hachikuji's importance so that later when it comes to like making Hachikuji God, she gets to catch him off guard with that, right? And so like Ougi couldn't make something happen in between. Something like that, right? To make Ougi not prepared, right? I could see that being the case. Yeah. That he was genuinely surprised by like this idea about making Hachikuji into God. Yeah, just a little random mini thing. And he's like, bro, it doesn't even make sense. I think it makes sense. This is still one of the hardest. This is one of the hardest shots in the entire show. I will not discredit that. Do I have anything else to say? Man, I really want to jump into this next one. I am quite excited. The parallel of Araragi being hugged by like big Shinobu versus vice versa, where like previously there's shots of like her sitting in his lap. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. Though I think it is interesting to say that, or to remember that Shinobu says right here that she just wants to be turned back into a little girl. Though that's kind of to try to be appealing to Araragi, right? It's kind of a little bit of a gimmick in that way. Bro, Araragi. Okay, this is insane cooking. This is bad. This is unfathomable. Okay, but like you remember when Araragi right before he met the first minion, he was shopping buying MILF magazines intentionally to not look like someone that's into little girls. Remember that? That's okay. What if we view his attraction to little girls? Okay, listen. What if we view his attraction to little girls versus MILFs as the attraction to the adolescence in the past versus growing up? Thoughts? So, like, the idea that Shinobu would want to look like a little girl to please him, it's like the real win condition would be for Shinobu to want to look like an adult to please him. Because him being attracted to an adult would be him having grown up. Am I crazy? That, like, I think that's actually crazy of me to say, but, like, it crossed my mind just now. That, like, maybe that's the real heart of Monogatari is the MILF versus I hate the word lolly so much that I almost said children as a preference. That's crazy. That's crazy. But that disagreement, that clash that we like made a joke out of earlier, that's the core of Monogatari. And it reflects the adolescence versus growing up. Just think about it. I don't freaking know, all right? That one, never speak to me about that one again, okay? I don't want to even hear it. But yeah, I mean, I even remember at the end of last episode, I was just thinking like a bro, I'm on this. I'm here. I feel like I understood most of what's going on. I'm just ready to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? So I think we just kind of jump into it. It's crazy. I say that as if I haven't been talking for very long. My recording just hit 50 minutes. Okay, episode 6. Let's get this going, please. And a 3. A 2. A 1. Bang! Okay, you're a rat. You're a rat. I just watched this again. I just scrolled through this, man. Okay. Oh, yeah, let it slide. Whose room is this? In Araragi's shadow right now. Imagine. That would be funny. That Ougi snuck in Araragi's shadow or something like that. Because he got one of them hoes again. Wait, did he... I don't remember if he lost his shadow when he went full vampire. He did, right? I assume he did. Wait, Wait, no. No, vampires and shadows... No, Shinobu just used it as a vessel. You don't lose your shadow. Yeah, I'm just tripping. You lose your reflection. You don't lose your shadow. I think. Anyways. Anyways, she might be in there. I think that'd be a really funny twist. Or like, it'd be like a reflection to Shinobu coming out of his shadow at the end of Bake. That'd be funny. This is a pretty fire OP. There's a lot of good OPs. We might do an OP tier list at the end. I've talked about that before. Dude, wait, do I have time to eat my chocolate? One bite of my Hershey's. Oh my goodness, hurry. You get to second. Okay. Okay. This is a big one. This is a big one. Frick the blanket. I'm gonna be hot enough without it. It's true. You're crazy for asking that. Go to line. Go to counter. Okay. 3. Dude, it's got 3 lines. I've never seen subtitles hit 3 before. They're cooking. No, it's very like him, Hachikuchi. Shut up. Kambaru. Good call. Good call, Hachikuchi. Hachikuchi's so smart. Oh, good move. What? Fill in the void, bro. Yes. Like, why does she... Okay. Araragi, you're so annoying. An unknown. What? Okay, just cut her to pieces. Bet. Go move. Yeah. But even Ogi's existence isn't the, like, root cause of Araragi business. Like, low-key, what if you just made another Ougi after? You know what I mean? Wait. Yeah, okay. Yeah? Cooking? Oh, true. Wait. That's funny. That's actually funny. She just learned about that. Oh! She flipped the swords. I get it. What does that mean? Dealing with the root problem? Aragi, pick up the phone. Okay. Focus. Oshino gave her the tip. Which? Do we know of this? Okay. Oh! Oh! Yeah. Huh. No, no, I'm not ready to go into Kombaru business. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's tracks. Kombaru had some trouble with her. Okay. Thank goodness, I'm not ready for that. That's so scary to throw in. Okay, that's even scarier. That's terrifying. Is that why Kombaru and Araragi, like Kombaru likes Araragi or something like that? Hachikuji's like, bruh. Hachikuji says him with a crazy bruh face. Dude, Araragi reminds Kombaru of her mom? That's a crazy thought. Okay. What? Wait. What? It's gotta be you, Araragi. It's gotta be you. People just save themselves on their Oshino quote. Go to Oshino quote. Go to Oshino quote. So you've got to, like, it's up to you, bro, because you know. Wow, you know, Araragi. She's a fake? That's crazy. I mean, that's true. You gotta shine a light on it like the OP, bro. Hachikuji! Sorry. Nice backflip! You're right. Oh, wow. So if that gets... So if she doesn't... If she's not fuzzy anymore... Remember the fuzzy stuff from last episode? If she's not fuzzy anymore, she go get got. She needs to be fuzzy or she dies. Unless... she stole godhood, imagine. Otherwise, she would have to stay unknown. Because if she gets known, then she would either need to get to do what Hachikuji's doing or get yoinked. Yeah, what was her quasi-darkness? That's kind of crazy. Oh, the monkey paw. So what is the darkness, man? Is it really just the laws? Of, like, the universality of oddities or something? We'll cook with that later. I don't know why Ougi said that to me. End of Kizu, are you talking about? I'll give Ougi the same answer as back then. A compromise that'll make everyone unhappy? What is it? Just tell me! You've been edging me for years, bro! You've been edging me for like months! I've been edged for months. What is it? Oh. Nadeko, is your hair different? Oh, you got some crazy going hair. She's doing the pen balance. It's true. Painfully true. Facts. You gotta delude yourself, bro. Delusion OP. Pray up. True. Winnable mindset. Delusion. You gotta trick yourself. You gotta trick yourself. Oh, wait, no, she's saying it's the heart. It's the heart. It's the heart. No, go move. I'm just saying trick yourself because it connects to Araragi. Okay. Get some ambition up in your business. That's a good move, though. No, yeah, support others. Go move. Bro, imagine Ougi kicks down the door and says, Nadeko, come with me. Your hair is so long. Whoa. We bring it up nihilism, bro. Okay. Okay. They're edging me so hard right now. It's like 2 a.m. Ooh. Wow. True. You gotta lock in. Think about yourself a little bit. What's gonna happen to my ordinary middle school life? Ooh. Ooh. Kind of a good line. What is happening? Ougi's jumping Tsukihi. Why are you... What's happening? What's happening? Oh, you went to Nadeko's house. I low-key thought Nadeko came to our house. I flipped it. Oh, she doing the Titanic. Oh my goodness. Or was she Electra dying? You're crazy for that pun, Ougi. Tsukihi's like, bro, why do you know this? She's been awakened for the first time. Good music track. Good music track incoming. Good. Jammer alert. Jammer alert. Girls like that are cuter when they aren't cute. Whoa. Wow. Self-harm metaphor. They are. They definitely are sad. Hmm. Even when Araragi's not there, Ougi is saying that. Oh, it's crazy because Araragi, you know, it's the last name. Huh. Oh, wow. It reminds me of the bird, her take on Tsukihi's take as a bird or something like that. Was that Tsukihi and Koyomi? What are you about to do to Tsukihi, bro? Hmm. Ooh, we pack animals. And Ougi kind of gives a counter. Okay. What can't live of their own accord are monsters. Like you and me, bro. The self-admitted paired with telling Tsukihi? We're pulling up. We're pulling up to the. Where are you taking us? I assume to the place. So Ougi, okay, Ougi was out. Wait. Is this a cram school? Wait, where are we? I remember this location from like a million years ago, bro. Yeah. The cram school. Yeah, the tree's right there. Okay, bet. The ghost of a building. What, we're saying ghosts now? The password is 0000. That's factory settings. Nobody set the password. Tsukihi, why are you coming into the cram school with Ougi? This is the wrong place. This is the wrong location for us. As soon as we figured out what it was, it became a lot less exciting. Yup. That's what you were saying about you earlier with Gayan. It's better when we don't know the mystery. It's better if you don't know who I am. We don't know who each other are, you know? Shine the light on me, it's over. Wow. That's what Gon was saying. We lose all... Yup. Are you trying to... What are you trying to do with Tsuki? Like, make a red herring type deal? What are you doing here? She got a little bit of color with that little red tuft. All we're seeing is red. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, that's kind of true. That doesn't mean we've fixed it, though. Good counter. Yeah. Wow. Ougi, what do you think of that one? You got me there. Bro, wait. Tsukihi randomly just clutched it out against Ougi. That's crazy. They may have accepted your true identity, or perhaps they're amused by it. Wow. Yeah. Unsightly. It is a crazy parallel. That one was accepted as a monster and the other may not be. But Ougi might be, because Ougi and Hana. Wait, what do you mean by that's kind of... I suppose, because you can only ever live in the present. The future is just our expectations. Can you live in the present, ignoring what's to come into... Wow, a little paradoxical. I get what you mean. Just live, forehead. Giga Chad. Good move, Tsukihi. I'm scared. The broken bike. The broken bike. The bike. Wah! Ah! Aragi's here! Sending Tsuki. Aragi's gonna solo this. I guess that's what Gon said. You gotta be the man. He's about... So he knows. He has been told. You're such a monster. Oh, she was just resetting it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. This music! No, it's just you and me. It's just you and me, Ougi. I've come to talk it out. Whoa. Aww. Bro. I answer, while feeling that this conversation is meaningless. Senjo? No, okay. Hachikuji. What'll happen to me? That's what Ougi's gonna ask. What's gonna happen to me? That's really sad, actually. Because it's a, you know... And this music that's playing, it's like tragic, man. I think, did Ougi do that for herself? What? Because she wasn't scheming with that. Was she? Or no, your job. What was your scheme? Ha. Tsugihi built different, bro. Careful your hair doesn't get caught in the tire. Wow, it's acceptance. The true identity, if it's accepted, then doesn't lead to destruction. Because she realized that. So that means, Aragi, you have to love me. You have to love me even once I'm exposed. Not if he loves you, though. What do you mean a duel? That's not love. That's called fighting. Facts. It's crazy. It feels like Ougi walked into this. Like, it's crazy that we followed Ougi's perspective into Araragi. Good counter. It's like he's fighting... Dude, the inner conflict is crazy here. Whoa. Caught up in the past. This is me pleading for my life. Dude. I kind of want Araragi too. That's the sad thing. I kind of want Araragi too. I don't want him to cut it out. I want him to Hanakawa it. I want him to Hanakawa it. To love those parts of it, you know? Regrettably, I wanted you to refuse. Whoa. Whoa. It'll be my honor to do so. Bro's got the throne. Bro's got the throne. Bro's got the throne. Don't stutter. Thank you, Araragi. Thank you. I know, dude. Oh, Araragi, how does it feel to say it? No. Oh, end credit scene? No. Oh, Araragi. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. We know, but you know what I'm saying? I need to hear what he says next. Oh, shoot. No, Araragi, but love yourself. Araragi, love yourself now. Oh my goodness. I gotta get back up, man. Araragi, you gotta love yourself the same way you love Tsukihi. That was Ougi's move. Ougi brought Tsukihi and realized, dang. The monster isn't destroyed when its identity is revealed if they're loved despite their true identity. And even, so it's this self-hate thing where Ougi's they will never, I never even looked at the ED again. They will never look at my true identity. Araragi will never look at my true identity. It's unsightly. He will never accept me. But the craziest thing would be that if Araragi can accept that. If Araragi can accept that, man, then that's cooking. My goodness. My goodness, man. Oh my goodness. I don't even know, bro. We all knew it. We all knew he was gonna say is me. I was thinking it in my head. I don't want to say it out loud. We all know it. He's stuttering over his... We all know it, Araragi. is a crazy sentence, right? Because it's saying, like, I guess, as I've been saying, in the same way that Hanakawa is Tsubasa Tiger, right? Like, that the tiger is Hanakawa. It's a part of her. Same thing. We all know. But just, what now? Araragi, what now, Araragi? Araragi, what now, Araragi, bro? Araragi, what now, Araragi, bro? Oh my goodness, these conversations were good too in the middle. These conversations were good too in the middle. My goodness, gravy grot. Oh. Oh my goodness, gravy god. I don't even know what to say anymore, man. The Tsukihi move was crazy, but it works. But it works. It completely changes the way that I was thinking of Ougi, man. Thinking that, like, the oddity, if revealed, can still be maintained. You know? If it's love despite. Because Tsukihi's the perfect example of that, right? She's kind of an oddity only in name, you know? And I guess in immortality. But, like, that, you know, we'll let it slide just this once. But like, in terms of, like, how she's cared about, right? How people view her, she's a human in those ways, right? And so, like, like, Ougi saying, like, it's unsightly or whatever. And also losing the verbal battle. Yeah, Manuel. Yakking it again with the yak yans. That's crazy. I haven't seen that, man. Tsukihi rolled her. My goodness. How many, dude, I'm so curious how many, like, people watch this show and that's the reveal. That actually is a reveal for them, right? Like, and I'm curious, man, if I watched the show normally, would I have even been thinking that much to even get there? Because, like, reacting-wise, like, obviously, like, well, let's not kid ourselves. We were there, like, a while ago, okay? And I think that's fine. I think that's just how it is, right? I am actually, that's such a win for me. That's still so exciting to see, right? Because for me, it's not even the fact of the matter, it's a then what, right? Because Aragi, right? This entire scene wouldn't have made any sense, if, well, I guess it would have still made sense, but okay, we're losing ourselves. This is a bike! The clock is a bike. Why is Nadeko's clock a bike? But, like, the whole point of, because it changes so much, bro. It's this idea that being seen destroys you or whatever, right? Unless you are loved for what you are, right? With Tsukihi's case. And so, applying that to Ougi, once Araragi stops averting his eyes and actually sees Ougi for what Ougi is, will Ougi be destroyed by that? And I think the reason that Ougi wouldn't be is if Ougi is loved despite that, right? And that is like and what that means so much to me, because it's like the most elaborate form of, like, self-love, right? Like, look at even this shot. Aragi's in light, Ougi's in shadow. It's like I have to love the parts of myself that I most despise, that I have shunted off from my being, right? The parts I have cut off, right? And that's what was so peak fiction about Hanakawa and the freaking tiger striped hair, right? Is that she loved it and emerged and immersed with it, became one with it, right? So here with Ougi, it's like, it's not quite the same as like as an immersion, as a connection, as an amalgamation, right? But if Ougi doesn't get destroyed by this, which I'm thinking Hanakawa, like, I don't know exactly, or not Hanakawa, Owarimonogatari, I'm thinking something's cooking there. Bark, even the dog's freaking out, bro. Then it's like a situation where, like, Araragi had to have loved it. Or not loved it, but, like, you know what I mean? There's, like, a level of self-love there that I was kind of feeling with Hanakawa, where it's like I accept the parts of me that I cut off. Araragi has to do the same, or else Ougi dies. And it reminds me of all that, like, narcissism type talk of, like, Hitagi Rendezvous, right, in episode 3. Right? Where it's like, that was the question. That was the question, was it not? Perhaps I've abandoned my narcissism, right? What is it if I've lost my humanity, if I love someone more than I love myself? It's like, bro, if right here you don't accept Ougi, right? If you don't love Ougi, then it calls back to your narcissism, and then no longer by your definition are you really being a human, right? That's crazy. It's almost like paradoxical, you know? I have to accept the Ougi, or else I'm no longer a human being in the way that I have such defined. Cooking, man. And that music that was playing. My goodness, I'm struggling to put my headphones on. I love this track. I love this quiet piano stuff, man. People live of their own accord, she says. What can't live of their own accord are monsters. Crazy line. What do you mean by that? What can't live of their own accord are monsters. So you're a monster if you don't live... Oh, that's why Tsukihi's a monster, because she's a support character. She doesn't live by her own accord. She lives according to others. In the same way that, like, oddities are built on their like, the mental connections of humans type deal, type energy, right? So they're not self-creating, right? They don't build their own foundation. They are completely reliant on others. So if you live in that way, you are a monster, is what Ougi says. Ougi, you're one of them. She even admits it. She even admits it right here. She says, like, you and me. You know what's crazy? She says this, like, you and me, probably right after Gon just told Araragi. Because now, you know what I mean? That's kind of crazy, is it not? That synced? Or not right after, but a little bit after. Araragi really said, I'm going to the cram school for my showdown, for my 1v1. Dang, wait, Araragi, you're going to go back with Shinobu? No. No thanks. I mean, I guess it's like you could, because, well, it's one of those things where I guess there is perhaps an avenue where, like, reconnecting with Shinobu and going back to quasi-human, like, the thing is, like, being the vampire isn't the root of the problems, right? Araragi's problems are much more insane than that. They cut much deeper, right? That's just the sand, the monster's face on top. It'd be like, I'm going to use the playground metaphor, right? That I love so much from that Maoi, like, Kiyomi 3 or whatever. Originally, the monster's face appears in the sand, right? Because of the cracked foundation, right? And that the sand pours through, and then that creates the spooky face. But what if we repair the foundation and then draw the face ourselves? Right? It's no longer an issue, right? The spooky face wasn't the problem, it was the foundation. So even if we correct the foundation, we can still have the spooky face, right? Maybe that's kind of what could happen with Araragi and Shinobu. That, like, we correct the broken foundation, all these ideas, all these mentalities, right? The current held relationship with Ougi, and then we redraw the monster's face, so to say, we reconnect with Shinobu, but it's no longer a problem. I'm still worried about it. Like, I see an avenue, but that doesn't mean that I'm, like, ready for it, because I don't trust Araragi to be healthy. So, you know what I mean? Ah, man. Crazy part to end the episode, man. Crazy part to end the episode. Cooking with gas. What even happened at the beginning? Snip, 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 snip. Snip, snip, please, snip, snip. Okay. Anyways. Okay, so yeah, I guess most of this. Well, one thing I was slightly confused on. They said, so the armor did make this sword. So did the armor make both swords? Did she make both swords out of the armor? Because Ougi said that she made the other sword, right? The healing sword, the short sword, right? Which is interesting. But then she gave so I don't know exactly. I know both swords got made in some manner, right? It is interesting, though, that... Well, okay, the Demon Sword Heartsband being used earlier to play cricket wasn't Shinobu's, but rather the replica Gon-san created. Because she gave the original to Shinobu, right? So I already returned it to Shinobu. Wasn't Shinobu's, or rather the replica Gon created? Wait. Oh, and that's when she gave it to her. Okay, so she made the one out of the armor, and then Shinobu was using that to play cricket, I guess. Okay. I don't need it anymore. And so she's not... The plan has changed from killing Ougi with the sword to Araragi dealing with it. I see. But Araragi, dude, that's the crazy thing, man. This Araragi isn't gonna kill Ougi, but also isn't gonna take Ougi's side. Araragi's doing the exact same thing he did with Kishot at the end of Kizu. That's what he says here. I won't save Ougi. So please tell me, what is the identity? But, well, what do you say here? Oh, man, this episode's cooked. Frick, and then that's the cut. What did you say about doing it in the same way that you did Shinobu? Pause. In the past, there was a time when I rejected a request from Kishshot. End of Kizu. I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure, right? Especially referring to her as Kishshot. I'll give Ougi-chan the same answer as back then. Yeah, it's that compromise. Wow. Yeah, I think that's exactly what that is. In which case, it's, I'm not going to save you, but I'm also not going to do what you ask, right? Or I'm not going to kill you, but I'm also not going to do what you ask, right? Well, because even Ougi was like, it's regrettable, or I even was into it. Let me see. Is it playing? No, it is. This went crazy, bro. What's playing? This very soft, like, violin. You know what I got flashbacks to? The end of Omori. You know that game? I got flashbacks to the end of Omori with this. If you know, you know. Especially with the violin, what sounded like a violin or something playing. I was literally feeling my soul. I was feeling my soul for a minute. Just that, whoa! Just that, whoa! Oh my goodness, this music. We bind each other's to each other. Get these hoes back in my ears, please. What did he say? I just love little girls? Give me that again. Give me it again. Give me it again. I just love young girls. You see the dead look in his eyes when he says this? This is such a crazy frame. You know what's crazy? He says that, and then we get his inner thoughts thinking it's meaningless. I answer while feeling that this conversation is meaningless. It feels soulless, bro. His little attempt at humor, or whatever you want to call that, is meaningless. Which is a crazy parallel to the start of last episode, episode 5, right? Where he's talking about, like, all that nonsense. Hachikuju will be enshrined. You sure found a convenient solution for it. Bro, my Hershey's chocolate. You did, Kiyomi Mountain. You think I forgot, Ougi? I'm in there. Call me swimwear. Yeah, I just want to hit all this again. I just want to hit this all again. She didn't get it finished. It's a shame she lost. Because she was trying to... She lost the argument with Tsukihi. Because Tsukihi was built different. Kind of, I think, trying to say, like, it's a problem how you are as a monster. And then Tsukihi was like, El Bozo, I'm just going to live my life. And then she was like, okay, but what about the future? And, like, the present is just a chain of presents. You'll never hit the future. So how are we supposed to, like, prepare for the future? Like isn't that kind of paradoxical? And Tsukihi said, I'm just going to live. There's her biking away. Yeah. She was more than I could handle. That's crazy. Let me just... You will reveal my true identity and I'll be exterminated right here. I just want to hear how Ougi felt about it right here. Oh, that gets my heart racing. Surely. I have to do myself. True. That hit different. It's something only I can do. It's something like it. I almost feel like it's something that like Araragi would have said to himself in Bake, right, as a way to affirm himself. That like I'm the one that has to fix these, right? It's something only I can do. But now it's the case. Now it's true. It's something that literally only he can do, as told by Gon. And it's something I want to do. Oof, cooking. Calling out the Gon influence. Isn't that just a habit? Oh. How foolish. Man, look at this shot. Beautiful, light, dark, crisp cut. Him on the throne of the desks. The last obstacle of him cramming back up, getting it right, you know, growing back up. But if you bind yourself to such nostalgia, you'll never arrive at your future. It's crazy you say that because you were just talking about, like, future's not a thing we ever reach, right? Because we're stuck in the present. Ougi really just contrarian, bro. What a line, too. This is me pleading for my life. I've been saying, haven't I? Can you take my side? Please help me. Like, this shot. Oh my goodness, this shot looks crazy. Please help me. Like, I'm stun locked. It's like yourself. You're asking yourself to help you. You're asking yourself to help you. A part of yourself is begging for its life. Begging you for its life. My goodness. It's like real, man. Ain't that just the realest thing I've ever done heard? I feel like it's been like that, man. That parts of myself are begging for their life. As I, with my mental weaponry, are like, oh, this part of you must die. Cutting out this part of you, you know? That's why the Hanakawa arc hit me so hard. I can't help but think of Hanakawa every moment, right? Just period. End of the sentence. That's enough. That's the entire point. No. But like, the different selves, right? That's something I'm such a hoe for, right? So a part of yourself, another self, begging for its life is crazy. And then it's like the ultimate form of self-love to accept them all, which is why Hanakawa is freaking goated with the sauce. And that's why Ougi here, like, if you can come to love Ougi despite how unsightly it is, then you're coming to love yourself despite how unsightly you are. And if you can make it into something funny, then that's the biggest win at all. That helps the medicine go down. That self-love. Because self-love ain't easy. Self-love ain't all roses and timbers? Self-love ain't all roses and chocolates, right? Self-love is hard. Self-love can be scary. Self-love can be climbing through thorns, all right? And there ain't no roses. That's why Ougi calling herself unsightly is so good to me. That's the correct answer. The right thing. Oh, man, because that's what Aragi's been asking. I've been thinking about what the right thing is. Ougi, what the right thing is, and Ougi says that's the right thing. Ougi gives him an answer to that question that's been repeating. So can you do the right thing too? So you can do the right thing too? Regrettably, I wanted you to refuse. Oh, refuse to do the right thing. Refuse to kill me. Okay. Refuse to do the right thing, I think, yeah. But man, Ougi just giving it up. It'll be my honor to do so. But that's the thing. I think this is going to be said and Ougi won't be exterminated, bro. They another episode to this hoe. Man, okay. Give me this ED again. A distance pass, bro. Like for this, it's been taught. Oh my goodness. It's like Ougi to Araragi because Araragi's gonna accept Ougi, bro. That's my prediction. That's right on the day I found my light. What if like Araragi's Ougi's light, bro? That's crazy. Bro, what was that? Is that Ougi? Little shadow Ougi. Oh my goodness, bro. Because all of these have been like a you were my special someone, Araragi. You are my special someone. Or Araragi to them, you were my special someone. And I'm glad I met you. But I think it's a, you know, kind of, you know. But now we can do that with Ougi, bro. You're kidding. You're kitten. Araragi says, I just love little girls, man. How could I give one up? Crazy, bro. Young girls, he said. Not little. Let me fix that. Okay, let me catch some of these glances. Okay, so Ougi in the tree. And yet there are a future shown as bright as the Starfield sky might. Hachikuji, some Ougi behind the chain links, Ougi behind the fence. Ougi just everywhere, bro. Omnipresent Ougi. Okay, this part I think is what I want to really look for. Okay, so Ougi's making moves. It was right then that I somehow lost sight of it all. That's such a good line. It really is just right then that you lose sight of it all, man. That's facts. I was thinking of... What were you thinking of? Myself the entire time. That's crazy! Because it's like Araragi, whenever Araragi thinks about Ougi, he was thinking of himself the entire time. Good line. This part. Okay, so this is double Hachikuji. Good shot. This is... Kage Nui, bro. Ain't that Kage Nui? It is, isn't it? Interesting. And even now it sometimes comes back to me. This is the minion. First, Flé Mignon. Yeah. Cool. And even now it sometimes comes back to me. This here is Nadeko, ain't it? Yeah, Nadeko and all the manga pages that she's putting out. This is Tsukihi. Karen. And... Oh, and Mother. And Mother. Isn't that's Mamaragi right there. I still pity myself. I kind of pity Ougi too. A little bit. This is... Sodachi, Hanakawa, and Senjugahara, I believe. Oh, that's Sodachi. Wait, then who was that? Oh, no, was that Numachi, or am I... Wait, that's Numachi, bro! Is that... Yeah, because Numachi had the little thingies. Numachi! Wait, Numachi, are you in my ED right now? Wait, who is that guy? Wait, who is that person? Is that my girl Numachi? Did she make it into an ED, bro? I think it is. We take those. Because that's Sodachi. That's gone. Can't stop the pain from swelling up. Who is this? Senjo? I don't freaking know, bro. Hard to see. That's Hanakawa. Wait, I might be mixing a few people up, but that one's Hanakawa for sure, because the cat ears. Oshino! I'll grow up to become someone different. One day I'll be able to look back and think that meeting you back on that special day. Changed my life. Ooh. Ooh! This is so good. I love this show, man. I love this show. Oh my goodness. Because it's like that, you changed me. That's such a positive thing. So for applying that from Ougi to Araragi or vice versa is crazy to me. Could you imagine that with Araragi to Ougi? Ougi. Sit right here. You can sit with me, Ougi. I don't say that lightly, Ougi. You can sit with me now. Okay? We're gonna accept you. We're gonna accept you. I don't care about you, Gain. I'm accepting all parts of myself. And then I'll fix it. Then I'll bind it. Then I'll correct it, okay? Then I'll put it in a men's uniform instead of a woman's uniform, okay? Then I will bind it by its Oshino title, okay? I will make it my familiar. I will integrate it in such a way. And I will use humor to make it easier. I will make the pill easier to swallow. Right? One day I'll be able to look back. How am I going to be able to do that? Is time the best medicine? Time's a great medicine. Humor is too. Humor is too. Cooking. Cook. Why are we talking about Gain Toei, bro? This connection caught me off guard. Could tell she was a dangerous person. That Kombaru connection is crazy. She wasn't a monster, but she was like a monster. I'm so glad that this was kind of a side thing, because like if they full sent this, I would have been lost. She's calling him similar is crazy. That's cooking. So like, I guess I kind of like Gain, older sister. Did we know it was the older sister specifically? I kind of was like a little like, oh, was that an O moment or am I cringe? I think I didn't know that. I guess I never really thought about like exactly what they were to each other. I guess, yeah, Gain was her aunt. So we knew it was a sister. I guess I never just knew it was older. Or, younger sister. Yeah, that wasn't in my library. Tough on myself and tough on others. Tough on others, call Ougi. I've been saying that all along, call Ougi. And he's like, do I really? Yeah, you do. It's Ougi, bro. Hachikuji's just like, brr. I love Hachikuji and her little face. I'll have to do the same thing my sister did. Look at the darkness. It's just crazy because like, man, I gotta do my freaking Kambaru's mom deep dive. I gotta deep dive into Kambaru's mother real quick. But yeah, it's shot in the toilet. It's done in like a similar way. People just save their stuff on their own, and that Oshino connection to be cooking. Because yeah, I guess that's what happened with the monkey paw, right? That was an unknown entity that once seen was dealt with. So in that way, the monkey paw is perhaps a genealogical thing, right? Where it because like it was dealt with when it was seen by Kambaru's mother, and so it was bound to Kambaru's mother in that way. It was perhaps even concocted by Kambaru's mother, and then Kambaru had to deal with it, right? I think it's like because I've before tried to view the monkey's paw as a generational trauma type device, and so it being even further bound to Kambaru's mother even like makes that easier to swallow for me. And you know how I love to. Okay, pause. You reap what you sow. Ooh, ooh, ooh! This is Ougi formula. Isn't that? That's like the Ougi formula room. You reap what you sow. Ooh. Araragi in here. Everything she's done around Koyomi in the past 6 months will now all bear down on her. Oh, these are just all the different locations we've seen Ougi. I remember Ougi being here. Yeah. A lot of different Ougi locations. Gone, why you smirking? It's just, I'm such a hope for integration of the monster as opposed to destruction of it. So that's kind of where I'm at, bro. That is kind of where I'm at. I am so ready for next episode. Next episode is about to be peak fiction. This episode was already like peak fiction. And Araragi accepted it. He was like welcoming of it right there. Yeah. Just the most important thing is the how Tsukihi was accepted despite being a monster and how that's going to apply to Ougi. That's the cooking there. That is the peak fiction element. I'm really excited to see what they do. This is so good. This arc is fire, bro. Fire arc. Fire arc. Put it out, bro. Put it out. No, just kidding. Keep cooking. Keep cooking. But yeah, honestly, I think that's all I got for this one. Episode 6 of Owarimonogatari Season 2. On to the next, Episode 7. The last of Ougi Dark. Should be very, very exciting. Of course. If you like the video, subscribe. If you are new, blah, blah, blah. Comment below if they say or join the Discord and talk to me. You're there. Monogatari fans there. But until then, until the next episode of this wonderful, wonderful show, I will be seeing you then.